there's a natural thing about this. Like, as humans, we're evolving, our awareness is awaking, but there's a handover to us to empower us. A little bit like I hand over more and more freedom to my daughter as she goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 10 to 12, right? She's got more freedom, more responsibility, but I can't let her cut her own food with a very sharp knife when she's 1. I just can't, right? I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. I mean, I could do that. I won't do that. And I shouldn't do that. And nature, who is super intelligent, infinitely intelligent, it is creation, it is God in the creation form, knows where we're at as humans, individually and collectively. So it's handing over the process of spiritual awakening to us to a certain extent. So when we take this over, it goes into practice. Our normal life is evolving. Anyway, that happens anyway. But the practice becomes our input. It really is like, it basically is the same as any other aspect of your life. The more you put in, the more you get out. You decide today that you are, at my age, 46, I decide that I'm going to become a gymnast. Let's say I decide that. I want to start to flip. I want to do a double flip in the air, which, by the way, I cannot do at all, right? And I want to be able to lift myself 100 times and just have control in my body, which is possible. What I'm going to get out in the next 3 years is going to be equal to what I put in. It really, really is. And every aspect of our life is like that. Now, some maybe have more talent, right? And so if I want to learn to play the piano, and in the next 3 years, I put in 1,000 hours, I might get to a completely different level to somebody else that puts 1,000 hours. But I'm not going to be at the same level as one that puts 10 hours. Like 10 and 1,000, it's like, so what we would call talent, there's a certain predisposition, but what I put in, I put out. And in the more classical forms of spirituality, my spirituality was born in the old world. I call it like that. The world of discipline, of like, I am not going to read anything that's not spiritual, just by discipline, not just by choice. I am not going to not meditate. Any choice in my life, my meditation, my spiritual development is going to come first. Because for me, it was like winning the Olympics. I'm not going to win the Olympics if I'm not 100% focused. So for me, liberation, enlightenment, being one with God, there is nothing that would stand in my way. And not everybody has to be like that. Not everybody has to go for the Olympics. But what we need to understand is that it really is practice. Because the rest is nature. And we have that. And I will, all of you, if you do nothing, but when it's time to leave the planet, you will be more aware, you'll be more mature, you'll be more spiritually developed. It's going to be that way. No matter how much pain or suffering we go through, in the end, we'll be like that. But how much we decide to take it in our hands and accelerate that will really depend on how much we practice it. And there's this guru and master that I love, who's called Yogani, that says experiences don't lead to enlightenment. Practices do. Which is a very, very profound thing to say. Because the experience, if anything, inspires the practice. Or gives you an amazing understanding. But now we know, where's the understanding? In the mind. It's not in the awareness. The understanding is of the mind.